I'm making this video today to really be real and honest and bring forth a level of awareness onto the subject matter of what human beings are becoming. And I'm seeing it a lot, especially in the younger generations, of us having so many distractions that it's actually debilitating us from creating and becoming and evolving into our highest potential. Now, I'm covering this video not only to awaken us to some deeper truths and also to keep myself in check, because this generation is soft. We are dissociating ourselves from the powerful force that is found from within when we go through hard stuff, or we face the things in our life that brings us a level of discomfort and doing the hard stuff anyways. But the society is very easy. And we have so much knowledge gifted to us for free. We have so much help easily accessible to us, but so many people are suffering. So many people are weakened by their own thoughts, but doing absolutely nothing about it. Rather than dealing with the root problem by actually taking action in a new direction in life, they're taking the direction to a prescribed bottle of pills that keeps them in that state for longer, dependent on something. Now, a lot of human beings are dependent in our society today, whether it be through alcohol, drugs, sex, porn, gaming. The list can go on. And I really want to make it clear to you guys that you have the ability to change, and you have the ability to change fast. I don't want to see our young generation fat, lazy, unaccomplished, unmotivated, lonely, isolated, and falling victim to the thoughts that are programming them into the man that is soft and the woman that is promiscuous. I feel like men are victimized by their state of mind, and women are victimized by a false sense of empowerment that they get through validation. And this is something that needs to be addressed. And this is why I'm making today's video, because I would say that, before I made my YouTube channel, I was running away from myself, and I wanted to take the easy route to every single thing in my life just to get me out of any situation I was in. And with that, I wasn't actually opening my mind to how I could actually create the way out. And that takes grit and resiliency and dedication and commitment, which this society isn't well equipped to just learn or even want to learn how to get yourself back up when you fall, instead of just actually falling and you being okay with that and not having the skill set to not only get yourself back up, but also know that falling down is a part of life. And a lot of young children are being brought up in the day and age of social media, or it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, of people wasting their life away, following the path of other people. And we're going to pay a price. No matter what direction you go, there's always going to be a price to pay, whether it be the price of you not creating the life you desire, although it's easily handed to us in our society today, but we just don't have the eyes to see it. We don't have the eyes and the awareness and the attention span to sit ourselves down, come up with a game plan, follow it through, and not to expect things just to be handed to us super easily. It takes time. And I think this is something that's inherently programmed into people, especially with the whole manifestation thing, and like things just, you have to be in the state of mind and things will just come. And a lot of people get lost in that state of mind because they expect the universe or whatever outside power to revolve around what they desire out of a state of lack or out of a state of unworthiness, which will never happen. You need to actually get up and equip yourself with the knowledge and the tools to create something for yourself, getting yourself outside of yourself on a day-to-day basis through the act of participating with discomfort. And that could look like going in an ice tub or going for a run or working out, having some sense of mental discipline that allows you to actually trust yourself every single day towards your accomplishments. Now, a lot of people don't trust themselves. They live with themselves every single day, and they cheat on themselves on a day-to-day basis. And they live in that guilt, and they live in that shame, and they live in that depletion, because settling takes less action than creating. And it does. If you want to settle right now in this phase of your life and not get up and utilize the tools that are already out there for you to pick up a book, listen to a podcast, cut out the distractions. We have the capabilities to actually integrate into our routine things that will optimize this life experience and actually transform us from within. But a lot of people read the self-help books, they listen to the podcast, but they do not put any of the knowledge they just absorbed into action. So nothing changes. And this is the false sense of pleasure that we get from short-lived dopamine response, from social media scrolling, through listening to a podcast or looking at other people living the life that we wish we could live. We get a sense of that's us doing that. But it's not. It's us living through the lens of another person who has achieved what we are desiring. And I think it's great to find motivation and inspiration. But you must also use whatever life circumstance you're in right now as your motivation, as your inspiration. If you're fat, and I think that word fat is something that a lot of people can relate to. A lot of people feel unhealthy, unhappy within themselves, and it's reflective through their weight. I'm not a person to fat shame anyone, but seriously, the amount of free information out there for you to lose the weight, for you to get healthy and actually feel confident in yourself instead of blaming people for why you're fat or blaming women on why they don't want to be with you and they're the problem. We have to get better looking ourselves in the mirror and seeing what we are doing wrong in life that makes us feel the way we feel. And don't just identify to the feeling, which makes people soft. Identifying to the thoughts, keeping them soft, and not having the ability to harden from life experience. And that hardening isn't a bad thing. That's a protective shell that people need. But when you do not have that shell, you will turn to mush very easily. Someone gives you criticism, you turn to mush. Someone critiques something you do, you turn to mush. You have a bad day, you turn to mush. You over-identified to the emotional sap that is sticky. But from the sap of your internal tree, it is also a result of a puncturing within you that creates the sap of life for you to stick to new things, for you to give others something out of your own suffering, creating something out of your own suffering. And that requires grit, vulnerability. Vulnerability is power, by the way. I am not one who will promote men or women to hide what they're feeling, because at some point it's going to catch up to you. And when there's dis-ease in the body, it creates disease in the body. So wherever you feel dis-ease, focus on what you can do to get yourself out of it in a realistic, logical sense. And logic is not a wrong thing. Logic is the precipice of creation, turning into the magnificent creations we are all here to embody, to create, to manifest into this world. But it requires grit. It requires responsibility of you prioritizing what actually matters in your life. Stop focusing on your shitty circumstances. Stop focusing on your childhood. It's gone. It does not exist anymore. Learn who you are by reviewing all of the past programming that you still believe in, and ask yourself, is this true to me? And there will be truths revealed. When someone criticizes us and it hurts us, or it makes us actually feel insecure, it's usually for a reason. It's because we actually feel that way about ourselves. Make time for the things that matter. Make time for your health. Prioritize your wealth. Prioritize living in a mindset of abundance. And you will see very clearly evidence of that mindset materializing into your life. But wealth isn't something that just gets handed down to you. And even if it does, it doesn't really mean anything if you haven't created it for yourself. So step into the unknown, start being in that creator mode, and stop allowing a thought to dictate how you actually live and the standards you hold for yourself out of an insecure mindset that to even allow you to participate with life. to show up to bat and hit the home run. If you're not willing to participate, then you're never going to hit the home run. If you're on the bench and you're willingly putting yourself on the bench, and get used to seeing other people hit the home runs and you living a life of untapped potential because you feel more comfortable sitting your ass down and watching other people thrive. It takes courage to get up and do something uncomfortable. But out of that, you can score big when you stand up and rise. Rise from the sleep you've been put under, that you've put yourself under, because no one outside of you is to blame. You need to start blaming yourself, and out of that, there will be tremendous accountability that will turn into your personal freedom. So let's awaken this soft generation into the warrior spirit we all have, the ancestors that fought wars, the ancestors who actually knew what it was like to struggle. And we have the opportunity to live in actual harmony with abundance, truth, peace, purpose, whatever it is we're wanting. Because everything is set up so perfectly right now for us to live how we truly want. And if you want to live in suffering, do it. If you want to live in abundance, please. It's up to you, and it's always up to you. So, I hope this video spoke some truth. I hope I was able to awaken something within you, because this is all true stuff I'm talking about, you guys. Stop blaming and start living. And if you guys are wanting any one-on-one assistance with me, my coaching email is down below, and I would love to have a conversation with you. If you guys liked today's video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.